All right, welcome to another edition of the Social Proof Podcast, where we find people that have really built something, not just talk about it. And we have a very special guest today. And before you actually introduce yourself and everything, we just want to know, how are you?
I'm good.
How's your week?
My week has been really busy, but it's good.
Doing what? What you doing?
I have a ton of client calls, and I am prepping for a few things in the works. So It's just been really busy.
That's good
but
news.
good.
That's good news. That's good. What was the most challenging part about your week?
The most honestly, packing to go to Savannah is the most challenging.
Really?
Yes. What
You're
you're gonna
living
wear?
the life
Yes.
right now.
Savannah, Georgia.
Your biggest issue is, how cute am I going to be going
In the
to Savannah,
pictures
Georgia?
for Savannah.
The weather.
The
you gotta consider
weather.
everything.
You know, what are you gonna wear? I mean, this is women issues.
Who are you going with? Just friends or?
I'm just going with a good friend of mine.
Okay.
My homegirl. We're going to plan our businesses, but we want to do it outside of Atlanta, new atmosphere. So we did like a staycation, except for it's in Savannah and not Atlanta.
That's dope. What does your friend do?
She actually works with the government, so she's trying to step her foot into entrepreneurship.
And you're like the coach, and y'all just going to...
I'm more so the friend, but I just happen to be a coach,
Yeah.
so she's like a sister to me.
Dope. Okay, all right. So, Donni, how was your week? I'm so interested.
Are you? My week has been awesome. Very productive. We talked about that. The day has been amazing. We've gotten to hang out quite a bit today.
Yep.
Recording and working and negotiating management deals and things like that. So I'm really excited about this, this new brand partnership thing we got going on.
Good.
Putting it out there on record, just in case you renege. How was your week?
I didn't necessarily commit to you being my manager.
Yeah,
though.
well,
I think she's somehow took it upon herself to call herself my manager, which I wouldn't be mad, but she wants me to do the work.
I do.
And then come back and bring her a percentage of what I went and did.
Yeah, well, what I want to do is guide your steps, right? I want to point you in the right direction and tell you how to conduct yourself when in that direction.
Or I could just hire you as a coach instead of a manager.
Man, I prefer
instead of giving you a percentage. I know what you would prefer, but
I prefer the retainer. Residuals. Right. Yeah. No, the week was amazing. I've had an incredibly productive week. I don't know, there was just a shift a shift in the atmosphere. I know that's a song and that sounds really cliche, but there was a major shift in the atmosphere where I just shot into productivity mode, got a lot done, created a new program out of the thin sky. And so I'm really excited about that.
Awesome. Do you want to know about my week? Or?
Well, I did ask.
How was your week?
Oh, it was good. Can't complain. Doing a lot of cool stuff. We actually got a few more bookings. We put another car on Turo earlier today.
That makes number 5.
No, one of the ones we had, we actually put it on Turo earlier today, and my wife texted me and said we got it booked for tomorrow to Monday, so it's booked for the weekend.
That is nice.
Really cool. Really, really cool. So I'm excited. Our podcast is doing amazing. A really, really good friend of mine. I look at him as he's younger than me, but he's like a coach, mentor of mine. He's been kind of just... he kind of disappeared for a little while, and then he just called me.
Wow.
And
do I know him?
Really cool. Yeah.
Who's that?
I don't know if he wants to be exposed.
I just kind of want
But
to know
he's
who it
alive and well.
Yeah.
That's what
I know he's alive and well, but he's just kind of like this. He super successful guy, and he just disconnected. He just went ghost out of nowhere.
He was grinding.
Yeah.
Good for him.
Just on I think maybe just on a relax unplug from social media, which is the coolest thing. If you can unplug from all social interaction, social media stuff for 6 months at a time, just to go maybe travel and find out who you are.
Do you think you could do that?
I need to know who this person is.
I don't think my wife would let me, but...
You don't think you... No. I mean, even if it were with your wife, do you think that you could unplug from social media for 6 months, totally disconnect, and just be in the moment on vacation?
Yeah. Yo, I say it now, but when I really, really become super financially secure, I don't even want a cell phone. Give me a pager. I would disconnect from social media in an instance and just go talk to kids at schools.
What about your family?
That's what I'm saying, the pager.
Then you got to go find a phone.
I didn't put it all together in my head, but how did they do it before?
We found
Find a phone.
Yeah, find a phone.
When's the last time we seen a payphone?
You can keep a flip phone stashed.
You know what?
somewhere.
I haven't figured it out yet, but it's just let me live. This is my dreams. You know what I'm saying?
We love it.
Stop trying to make my dreams reality. Okay,
Okay.
and practical. But no. So thank you so much for coming to the show. I'm so glad. It's like when I called and asked you to come on the show, I just knew
Bianca,
this would be a great choice.
I'm sorry.
And
How did you end up here today?
David, it was not you.
I just felt like it'd be a good idea for you.
I secured the talent, okay?
Yes, she did.
This is all right.
I secured the top-notch premium guest that I'm so excited
it's
to
awesome.
hear from, learn from, share with. We just have a conversation here.
Yeah.
So,
But here's what's cool. You don't even really know her like that, okay? Me and Bianca have history. So for those that don't know, we actually worked at the Cheesecake Factory together.
that's dope.
We did.
We worked she was at the front desk, and I was a server.
Okay.
Yep. And it's been a pleasure to like see her journey and her growth. And like really, I was just super amazed because like I think even while we were working at the Cheesecake Factory, your business was like super successful.
Yeah, it was.
That was crazy. And I'm in my head, I'm like, why is she
working
here?
Why were you there?
And she's like driving a beautiful BMW, like even back then.
I felt like that place kept me grounded. Like I met everyday, hardworking people, normal people. I was young, so I had time, and I enjoyed it. It was like a family working there until they changed management. It got weird, but I really enjoyed it.
And so you were able to work just kind of like from a place of, I just like it.
I like it. I like the people, and I felt like it gave me a reality check on just what everyday hardworking people are doing and what they're talking about, and it kept me relatable and it kept me grounded. And like I said, I had the time. I was really young, so I worked pretty much doubles, so morning and evening, and then my friends didn't go out till like 11, 12 o'clock in the morning. So I just had the day, and I was like, why not work and make some money?
I like it.
And
Would you go
that's
back
really-
now, today?
No,
Yeah.
no,
but
my feet
think
always
about
were
it.
hurting.
But right now, even to this day, you still work in the school
Yeah,
system.
I do.
Which I think I went and talked to one of your classes, and the whole time I'm thinking, I'm teaching these kids about success, but their teacher
I remember
is
you
way more
saying that.
successful than me. So.
I remember you coming to my class and telling them that. They're like, do you know who your teacher is? And of course, they're like 16, 17 years old. They're like, I mean, maybe. But
That's amazing.
yeah.
So what keeps you in the school system with the amount of success that you've amassed?
I truly love education. I think it's just a passion for teaching more than anything. So I like the young faces, and I like adults as well. But I just think the fact that it keeps me sharp to know strategies in regards to teaching at all forms and levels, and it helps me learn how to make difficult things easy to explain with all the professional development. So I utilize the school system to professional development me and to becoming a better coach.
Do you ever have a moment where you're like, you know what? They got one more time and they can have this job.
Oh, all the time.
So
all the time.
We're hinting to who you are and what type of success that you had. And I know that the viewers are like, well, who is she and what does she do? So please introduce yourself.
All right. What's up, everybody? My name is Bianca Rush. I am a serial entrepreneur. I got my start into beauty back in 2011. And I started a hair company based here in Atlanta, global brand called Sassy Mitchell Hair. It was one of the first hair companies that was actually built by a young Black woman. When I first started, a lot of the people that were selling hair were much older and very much in Miami and LA. There wasn't much of a presence in Atlanta in regards to beauty, hair, virgin hair. I mean, we have Bronner Brothers, but that's more so products. Nothing in regards to just quality hair extensions. I was working corporate and I was working at the Cheesecake Factory, and I decided that I wanted to make a little bit more money. I went to a hair store that's no longer here in Atlanta, and I actually got inspired by, it's gonna be crazy, but Toya Wright. So I was watching a BET show. I fell in love with her hair, and this was before Instagram, so Twitter was still, I mean, it is good now, but it was really all that we had.
Right.
And she had shouted out where she got her hair from. I went to that hair store. I was so confused on what to do. A gentleman helped me, and then he just left me there. He's like, come back and let me know when you're ready.
Right.
So as I'm sitting there, I noticed 3 other women just walking in. They knew exactly what they wanted. And he's charging $300, $400. And these women are paying quickly. So I'm thinking, he's going to make $1,200 in 30 minutes. And he's going to make my money too when I figure it out. And I was like, this is what I wanted to do. But I had never worn hair extensions. All my friends wore natural hair. I wore natural hair through college. I knew nothing about extensions. But I got in my car. I called one of my good friends at the time, and I told her, I'm going to start selling hair. And I had to give myself a blueprint to figure that out. And then within a year, up to 3 years, I was making like multi-million selling beauty products, specifically hair extensions, and Sassy Mitchell hair was born.
Did you build? So you had like a family element too, right?
Right.
Like once you're like mom involved. Or?
Right. So when I very first started, I actually had my close best friend at the time working. She worked a regular job, but it didn't get busy until nighttime. So I had her working my phone lines because I knew I still wanted to keep my benefits at my corporate job. And I just wasn't making enough money that I felt comfortable leaving. Hair extensions at the time was so inconsistent. Like the women would call, they want it, and then I might not hear back from anyone for like 2 days. So over time, I started really getting out there, literally hitting the street. Glam Bar was a huge successful hair salon here in Atlanta off of Peter Street. Shout out to Sabrina.
Is it not there anymore?
No.
Oh, that's Sabrina.
The Glam University. Sabrina.
Yeah,
Sabrina. Shout out to her. I was a client at her salon. Ming Lee, who also sells Snob Life. Put some respect on the name. Snob Life. She was my hairstylist. And I told her about my trip to the hair store and that I wanted to sell hair. This was before Snob Life was born. And she was like, oh, I'll help you. And I was like, really? She was like, yeah, I used to sell hair up in Detroit. And she was like,
what was Ming doing at this time?
She was a hairstylist.
Did she even own her salon at that time?
No, she was working at the Glam Bar.
Got you. Oh, wow. That's
she was
the
working
connection.
at the Glam. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. That's, her and Sabrina are really, really tight. So Ming really taught me a lot about hair. This was before Snob Life was born and so forth, and before her salon. And then I used that knowledge and ran with it.
Amazing.
And then I brought my family in. Let me answer your question. So then at that time, after applying knowledge and meeting people and literally going to Sabrina's events at her salon, she had a Tiana Taylor event. It was packed. Tiana Taylor was there hosting. It was like some movie I had come out. Packed out. I had some flyers, real old school, front and back. And I was just flyering the whole night. Just me. And then my mother came. She sat down, was just kind of holding the bags. And I was out there just like, hey, I don't know if you want hair extensions, but I sell hair. And I just kept people would throw them on the ground, but I didn't really care.
Right.
I was just handing it out to them. And then eventually people started calling like, hey, I got your card at this event that I went to. I'm looking for hair extensions. And then I kept doing that, kept going to all these hot spot events. So I would leave my corporate job, go change clothes, put on something like what's comfortable but fits in. And I used to just flyer all the time on Thursdays till like 11:30 at night.
Wow.
And once business started growing, I told my mother, like I was hiding it from her that it was growing so fast because I didn't want to overwhelm her. And she was like, what do you have going on? Why are people like calling my phone? And like they're saying that you sell hair. I mean, she knew I sold hair, but she didn't know to the capacity. And I was like, you know what, Mom? I'm overwhelmed. It's affecting my corporate job. I need you to help me.
Yeah.
And then I brought her in, and she's been helping me in shipping for me ever since. And we're about to be 10 years old.
Wow.
In March.
Did you make it to a 7-figure company with just flyering as your initial marketing model?
Actually, that's how I built relationships. So I think that and answering the phone, writing people back, texting people back, connecting with the various hairstylists. At the time, there wasn't many options. So hair was just kind of coming to its own. So I would say yes, but that was like the root of it was I was flyering and I had all my friends do a shoot. It was very bootstrapped.
Yes.
I had them all do a shoot, and then I found like one of the guys at the mall that can print some flyers for whatever amount. and they printed them, and I just literally kept writing the benefits of the hair and how long it lasts and the inches and the curl patterns and where they could buy it and text me, and they used to text me.
Is that a word? Flyering? Or did we just make that up?
I don't know. It sounded good. We're going to go with it.
For sure.
Flyer. I mean, we were flying.
I was impressed by it too. We were flyering, you know what I mean?
And
whatever. Boom, 7 figures.
If it fits. But yeah, flyers was one of the bases.
So just getting it out. Was your hair, I mean, you still have the company.
Yeah.
Is your hair like better than everybody else's?
Of course I think so.
Of course, but
I think so. I mean, I created the tagline. So when I first started Sassy Mitchell, this is before we even had coaching and they talked about value propositions and messaging. I just told myself, what do people like? What do people strive for that are successful? And what came to mind was Rolex. I was like, I want to have the Rolex of hair. And I made shirts and I said, this is the Rolex of hair, because I knew I wanted to attract people that wanted to wear Rolexes, and that's just kind of their life.
Yeah.
Similar to people when what is it now? Petty?
Oh, yeah.
Something like that. I'm not wearing that if I can't get the word right. But I knew people knew Rolexes, they're timeless, they're classic, they don't go out of style. So that was the messaging that I had when I first started, and then I changed it to the best hair in the world.
So Sassy Mitchell, the best hair in the world.
That was the second messaging, but the first one was Sassy Mitchell, the Rolex of hair.
I like it. Where'd you get all this marketing mind from?
It came to me. Like, I was just driving and I was just like, what do I want my hair to be known for? And I said, what do people like that are successful? And I was like, they like Rolex watches. And I was like, I'm gonna have the Rolex of hair.
So you didn't take like marketing classes?
No, actually my background is like technology and business. I honestly, when I graduated from Georgia, I wanted to go to get into their marketing school. Like, you had to test into it, and they said I didn't have enough scores to get into their marketing program. So they put me in their technology program. Well, it's like MIS, so information systems. And it's funny how life works full circle, because now I'm back in marketing, which is where I wanted to get a degree in.
And you learned it through trial and error.
Yep.
Yeah. I love it. Did you have ever like a desire, even before your experience or of seeing Toya and then walking into that beauty supply store, like, were you aligned with the beauty industry in any way?
No.
Just out of the blue, you're like, you know what?
Freaking out of the blue.
This is an opportunity, and I'm gonna jump into it.
Right. No connections, no celebrity influence, no heavy network. All of my friends, just everyday working people. They're not popular, and I put that in quotations. No K on Instagram. It literally was me telling them I'm gonna start selling hair, and they're asking me, okay, we don't wear extensions, but I mean, we'll support you. And from there, it came on me to show up to these events and flyer, and also go to events that didn't even relate to beauty, but I knew women would be there that wanted hair. Like, I used to go to art shows.
Yeah, absolutely.
I went to
luxury.
Yeah, I went to art shows with hair extensions.
Really?
It was not related to anything, but people stopped. And all I cared about was the fact that they either walked out with a card or walked out with a flyer. I didn't even care if they didn't buy, because I knew they would call me.
That grind is real.
It is. It's in you.
I mean, a lot of people are like, and I like the fact that you didn't come from a marketing background or a beauty, coming from the beauty industry, because it's really encouraging for somebody who has a job right now. Like, you was working at the front desk at the Cheesecake Factory. And, we have the corporate jobs, and there's somebody just waiting, and they say stuff like, well, everybody's doing hair. Everybody has T-shirts. Everybody wrote a book. Everybody. But you didn't even think about none of that.
No, I didn't. I didn't at all. And I knew, like, even I had a website. It was not Shopify. It was WordPress. Real, blogger life.
Blogger site.
Right. It was a WordPress. And I just told the designer, or whatever you do, put a chandelier on my website. And she did, and people they ate it up, because they felt like when I told you I was building it off the Rolex of hair, and I was like, luxury, give me a chandelier on my site. And I actually missed that site. It was really very, very pretty, but I'm on Shopify now.
Do you still have the chandelier?
No, I let it go.
So you're a household brand, right? People know Sassy Mitchell, and honestly, I knew that brand before I ever even knew you were a part of that brand.
Everyone.
And one thing that I met you maybe 2 years ago at one of the social proof, the first social proof event.
Yeah.
And I didn't even know, I think you were helping with the event.
She's like quarterback the whole thing.
Yeah,
really.
you were helping.
I was
to really organize and put that together. But one thing that I was instantly attracted to about you was your humility. Just this person who is a powerhouse that doesn't have to flex your muscle. You're not a part of the mean girl clique, and you just welcoming and sweet. And we do have a relationship, Shans. We talk on Instagram.
We really do.
We do.
Oh, so do you have Donnie's number?
I need to get her.
So I was wondering. Yeah, you called me. Then I
But
called
she
you
reached
back.
out to me first.
I did.
You have
did.
a real relationship just on Instagram. It's cool though. But look, so
We're gonna change that.
as you were building your hair, because you were like one of the first, right?
Right.
But hair has gone through a transition of like oversaturation or not oversaturation, but there's a lot of hair companies popping up.
Right.
How did that affect your business?
Well, it definitely creates an effect because your clients become your competition. So in a lot of ways, you do see numbers change in regards to your revenue. And I expected that. I can tell you now, I see it leveling off. I feel like people, they start, but they don't stick.
Yeah.
And it's not even because like they aren't good. It's because of the work that's required behind it. So the packaging, the inventory, the shipping, the returns or complaints, and the social media, the emails, customer service, all of that comes into play more than just the dollar. So it's like they all kind of fade out after, I give it a year or 2 years max, and then they go back to whatever they were doing prior to. So I definitely saw a change in revenue, and I think that comes across the board for most beauty and especially hair brands, that they see that change. Unless you're a stylist, then you have that kind of arm to flex out to get them to purchase because you're doing their
Did
hair.
you ever get to a point where you see it happen? Because it seemed like, especially in Atlanta, I mean,
Yeah.
it went,
Everybody.
I'm talking about in the mall, like, I see kiosks popping up with hair, and my friends like are doing.
Yeah.
I'm like, you're selling hair, bro? It was real. So did you ever? I think a lot of entrepreneurs go through it. You get that sense like, yo, it's all coming down.
It's over.
Did you ever feel that?
You know what? There was one point, if I like, just to be honest, there was one point where our vendor really crapped on our face. The money was coming in too fast. So in order for them to keep more money, they actually switched out the quality of our product and kept our prices the same. So we obviously were thinking like, okay, one complaint. We never got complaints. That was like our known thing. Like they have really like no complaints. But we did have a vendor, we don't have them anymore, but we had a vendor that was getting greedy and actually gave us a lower classification hair than what we typically purchase, kept our prices high so that they can make more money. The only way we figured it out that it was bad was when I put it in my head, because we never had any complaints. So we're like, who are these people complaining like that? They're not telling the truth. Until I put it in, I was like, yo, what is this in my head? And that actually did cause a damper. I will tell you that definitely hit. And that's when all of like the negative reviews would come in during that one specific time period. Wow. And that was kind of like that moment, like, oh my gosh, how do you bounce back from that? Because I'm a person of integrity. So I'm not going to tell you that I have something that's the best and then sell you some crap. So
what did you do to redeem yourself with your customers?
Well, first thing I had to go find a new vendor. So I, instead of going online and searching and asking for samples, I went across the world to go find my next vendor and build a relationship. And I knew exactly what I was looking for. Yeah. So I kept the quality of the hair that I've always had, and I kept that in my backpack, a few of them, so that when we went to go visit these manufacturers and factories, this is what we're looking for. And then we asked them to show us an exact replication of that. And some of them would give us like, you can take this home and try it out. But that's what I did. And then after that, it's just you take ownership of it. So people that experienced a bad product, we just say we want to make this right. We either refund them or we replace them. And that's really what we had to do until that kick-in started coming back. Yeah. But it was a tough time for sure.
What'd you go through emotionally? I mean, this is a baby that you build.
Oh.
Or did it not affect you?
I mean, it affected me to the point because I brought in my family. So I ended up hiring my sister. I ended up hiring my brother because obviously I still was working other jobs. And so I was thinking about like their future. My sister, she's married, my brother, young bachelor or whatever. So I really was thinking about their finances more than like myself. So I was just more concerned for them. And then like I said, I'm a person of integrity. So I was concerned about the quality that, you know, people are like women, when they want their hair done, like you're getting dressed up for your man, or you're having a special occasion, your wedding, there was the brides ordering stuff. Like you don't want to mess up a special moment. And they're spending, and I'm not charging cheap for it. So that's kind of tugged at me a little bit, but we fixed it and made it right. But it definitely was a period of time that really was on my heart for sure.
Wow.
And you mentioned you brought your mom in to help in the shipping department, and now we're hearing that your immediate family is just in. This is a family business.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Tell us how's it working with your siblings and your mom?
I love it. Okay, so my mother did a wonderful job. Well, I have a father too. They're married. Let me be clear.
Does dad work for the business?
No.
Okay.
Dad is dad. Dad is kind of doing his own world. But my mother did a good job in raising the three of us as a family unit and being supportive of each other. So I actually love working with my sister. I love working with my brother. They all do different things. So my sister is the one that's focusing on emails and the phone. So that was another thing that made us different. We had a phone line so you could talk to a real person. I've been trying to get rid of the phone line forever, but my mother says people use it and they call, so we keep it. But my sister handles that. My brother handles like all the labeling. So the inventory that we get and how it's sent out is not the same. We get it in one sort of way, then we put our Sassy Metro, packaging and labeling and all of that on it, and then it's shipped. So he handles all of that. I typically handle all of like the marketing, relationship building, and bringing the people, which I have been doing since day one.
What's the toughest decision that you've had to make when it comes to your family working with you? Like, have you ever had to terminate someone?
No.
Slap anybody?
No, I didn't have to slap anyone. Honestly, telling my mother to do something that she didn't agree with, that's the toughest thing.
Because it's still your mom.
Because that's my mother.
Yeah. Like what? What something she may not have agreed with?
Like the way a situation, like if a customer has a particular situation and she doesn't agree with how what they say should be done, and I agree with the customer, and then I tell her to change it. Yeah, that's hard.
Have you ever had to hit her with the? At the end of the day, it's my company.
No. She's not playing. She's gonna. She's mom. So I definitely am respectful to her, but it is tough to have that conversation with your parent, especially a parent that you respect. So I respect her so much, and she's done so much for me. She's the reason that I'm able to move like I want to start other businesses and ventures, because I don't have to keep my eyes and hands and mind on my business. She just does it for me.
So you're running a multi-million-dollar business.
Right.
You've got family involved, but do you have a large team outside of family, or is it just the four of you who are making this happen?
It's just us. Been like that for 10 years.
Wow. Wow. No assistants, no VAs, just you and your family.
Yep. Everyone just focuses on their one role. Like my sister doesn't ship. She wouldn't ship. She only answers inquiries and calls. My brother, he would not ship. He would only package. My mother, she would ship, but she would not package. She would, and neither one of them would do marketing. They wouldn't touch social media.
And so that's your role.
That's my role. Everyone just stays in their lane all day.
So that's your
awesome.
system.
That's
You have a flow.
Yeah.
That works like an assembly line.
Pretty much.
So how has the beauty industry changed, and what would you advise somebody who is just thinking about getting into the beauty industry? What type of advice would you tell them on how to move? Because right now, I mean, I guess we're not in the day and age of flyering, really.
Flyering.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, it's COVID.
Yeah. But okay, without COVID, just in this, you think that strategy would still work today?
I think if you did it would have to be something very unique. Probably not. I think maybe it's been overwhelmed with the concert series that people put on your cars at churches and stuff. So possibly not. But to answer your question, the beauty industry is very much evolving. So more than hair care, there's now accessories. There's the frontals. There's the wigs. There's the glue. There's the wig grips. It's evolving to being more than just hair. Now it's like accessories that go with it that make your look a complete look. My advice for someone that is just starting, let me think. have a quality product first. Definitely test out what you have. A lot of people just feel it and they think like, oh, this is fantastic. No, be willing to give away free product to an honest person so that they can tell you if this is worth all of your dollars. And when you're testing it, I mean more than just curling, but color it, press it, wash it, wear it. So give yourself time to test your product and don't be so in a rush to start making money because you're going to be refunding and they're going to close the doors. And when I say people are going to close their doors on you so quickly if you just rush the process and you don't know your product. I did spend time understanding my product so I could tell if a person was lying because I knew it.
Yeah.
Right.
Have you felt pressure to like keep up with the new trends that's happening in the hair industry? Like, have you adjusted your product line and what you offer to keep up?
Well, I didn't offer frontals and now I do. So I would just say, yeah, you definitely have to stay in trend because people are going to start demanding it. So even if I didn't offer it, people will still ask, even though it's not on the site. Hey, I didn't see it on your site, but do you have X, Y, and Z? And that's kind of something I learned when I first offered shampoo and conditioner. People always were asking, like, where can I get shampoo and conditioner? Where can I get shampoo and conditioner? What should I use for this hair? I don't want to damage it. This is a lot of money I'm spending. And I realized, Bianca, why don't you sell exactly what they're looking for? And then you can increase the value of your customer every time they come. I ended up getting rid of shampoo and conditioner because I got sick of pouring it, but that's neither here nor there. I just give a recommendation, but that was something that, to answer your question, I did consider other options based on what's happening.
You eventually like transitioned over to coaching.
Yeah,
right?
I love
it. Recently, because I remember you called me. I think like you were asking me some questions about it. Because I saw you at where were we? Was that Atlantic Station? What's that restaurant? Yard House. I saw you at Yard House. You were with somebody.
How long ago was that?
This was a few years ago.
Okay, cool.
This is before social proof. Like I just hadn't seen you in a while. And he was like, yo, you say you're speaking and coaching. I said, yeah. You're like, I
do remember now. Yes. And I was like, I've been thinking about it. Who was I sitting with? Was it Braylon? I don't know. It might have been, I don't know. I feel like it was Beast Mode, but I can't remember who I was sitting with. But yeah, I did. I remember asking, like, I wanted to get into coaching, but I wasn't quite sure how to do it because I had no structure. And I honestly have always not had the structure that, we have now, the resources and the people. I didn't have it.
I still don't have any structure.
No, you have structure. Look at this.
It would appear that way.
You're doing a good job.
You're doing a fantastic job, for sure.
So what made you want to get into coaching?
Well, my passion is education. So I've always found myself being a person that was always offering advice to people, and they would come to me and they would ask me questions. And I was like, yo, how can I turn this into something? Like, what is this called? And I honestly wanted to like drive away from the word coach because I saw it was so disrespected with the amount of people that really denoted themselves as a coach but have no experience in what they're coaching in or have seen the results. So I felt like I would be a fraud by calling myself a coach. So then I said, well, why don't I call myself a strategist?
You know what sets you apart though? You actually built the business.
I know. I know, but there's people making bank and they did not
That's a
have
whole fact. So sad.
They didn't have that backing. So I did. I wanted to become a coach because I knew that I wanted to help people make more money, either have more time, whatever they wanted for their lives, because I knew that more than just hair, just starting my own thing and really keeping at it allowed me to not only have my sister quit her corporate job and me being able to pay her more, or having an angle for my brother who has been an athlete since he was like 5, and then he had went to minor leagues. That didn't work out, so now he's just at a standpoint like, what do I do next? And I was able to pull him into a position, and then myself, it allowed me to start Ladies Who Brunch Atlanta, and it allowed me to go into my coaching. It allowed me to transition into actually like long bonnets that I invented. I couldn't do that without having that actual backing of a business, and I knew I wanted to offer that to other people.
You said long bonnets that you invented.
Yeah, I invented a bonnet.
What
that
you
you
mean?
have like a patent for?
It's patent pending. I'm waiting. I've been waiting for 5 years.
Now, is that the bonnet that we see on the market that's like for braids?
Yep, and twists.
A
It's a
long
2-in-1.
bonnet?
Yeah, it's a long satin bonnet. It's 2-in-1. So this.
Let me Google it.
Okay, I'll let you Google it.
A long bonnet.
It's called sassyhaircap.com. That's the whole
Sassy
haircap.com.
What was the motivation behind you inventing that?
I was wearing weave. I was wearing long hair, and I didn't have any way to sleep on it.
Bonnet will just come right off.
The bonnet, like the bonnets that I saw at Walmart or Target, were too tiny because I was wearing 22 inches.
Yeah. So you need like two.
I needed a long bonnet, and I couldn't find one on the market that was satin. And I literally looked, couldn't find it, and I decided, why don't I invent this? And had an idea, had a pattern in mind. Found a seamstress. She made the pattern. Then I actually flew to Las Vegas with Kellen Derrick. Shout out to all his success. He and I flew to Las Vegas to a hair show out there, and I had a business card, and I literally was out there only to find someone to make my bonnet, and that's where I met my manufacturer.
It seems like
And here we are.
no one It seems like nobody thought about this before you, huh? That's crazy.
You think about it when you need it.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So
Yeah.
you've got this patent pending product that people don't even know that you're the face of necessarily.
No, I honestly need to
Yeah,
put
you're
my
not
face.
even on there.
I need to put my face on that website. I haven't. That's really my fault.
Are you still the face of Sassy Mitchell?
I am, and I was so scared and shy to be that person. I never wanted it. This was a mother moment. My mother wanted me to have my face on my labels. And I said, for what? No. But she wanted it, and it became like, you have something legit. It's like having a Nike shoe or a Jordan shoe. You got the legit if the dunk man looks like what he needs to look like.
right.
So people used to take pictures of my face and say they got their Sassy Mitchell bundle because of the pink strip that was on it.
Yeah.
So it became a part of the marketing for it. But I originally never wanted my face on my packaging.
So you've got the hair.
I got the hair. Yep.
You have the long bonnet.
Yep.
You're coaching.
I am.
What else are you doing?
Teaching.
Teaching.
You're teaching.
So you're a superwoman.
You're out here like serial entrepreneur for real. What lane do you coach in? Because your DMs are likely gonna blow up. Like who's your market?
My market is a beauty, specifically hair care, virgin hair extensions, wellness, and skincare.
So male barbers, can they come to you if they have a product?
If they have a product, they can.
Okay.
Yes. I'm here for beauty products, but specifically wellness, skincare, hair care, and then hair extensions.
I love it. I love it. And so they can obviously reach you right on your Instagram page, which we'll make sure is captioned.
For sure.
And so how do you find the time? Are you coaching one-on-one? Is this, yeah?
I am. I have to fit one-on-one kind of what works for me because I do work during the day. So I'm teaching during the day. I want to go to the gym. So if I decide I'm going to do some one-on-ones, I open them up. But really, I like group coaching better. So I have an accelerator group all about products, promoting and profiting off of your beauty products. And that's what I transition people in, and I have a wait list for right now.
So I saw that, and
I see you.
I saw Bianca talking about this accelerator program, and I thought that this is amazing because you're really helping women who. Everybody wants to sell hair. Everybody wants to be in the beauty industry and do the glam, and they want to have the Bianca-like photos, the Ming photos, and look super glamorous. And you're helping, you're basically training your potential competition.
I am. And that's so funny. I was actually just thinking to myself, and I was like, Bianca, you're creating your competition. And then I was like, I was okay with that. So here we are. I'm reaching 10 years, but at the 10-year mark, either you rock with me or you don't. Either you're my customer or you're not. So it's like 10-year mark, Bianca, what do you want to do? It's been 10 years of you stepping foot and out here hustling hair. What do you want to do next? I know for myself, I'm getting older. I'm going to want to have a family. I'm going to want to be married. I need to have something where I'm not so involved and I can step away and the money will still be here. And one of the ways for that to happen is for me to teach, coach, help other people do the same that I've already done. Because I'm already the OG. So
for sure.
Resume is stupid.
Yeah, 100%. So
Resume's crazy.
As these people that come to you in coaching, because there's somebody watching it that's saying, I want to be in business. Yeah. What is the number one thing or the top things that you see that entrepreneurs do when they get it wrong?
what do they do wrong normally? Their website is wrong.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Is that a major component?
I mean, it's okay if you
If you had to rank, like, okay, let me give you 3 things.
Okay.
What would you name that you see most common? The presence, meaning website, look, all that kind of stuff is wrong. They don't have the mindset of an entrepreneur, or they just don't understand business.
That's my rankings.
Yeah. Which would you say is like the number one thing that you realize when clients come in?
I think it's not even either one of those. I want to stay within what you gave me. It is the mindset to me of an entrepreneur. And when I think of like the commitment level of, we see people making 5 figures, 10 figures, 7 figures, and so forth. But we don't see like when they didn't make the money. So we're now training people to see, if I enter this market, I'm instantly going to see this money. And it is kind of disheartening, and it hurts them when they don't see
a fly got in.
This fly is gonna kill me.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
Well, you're certainly not going to kill it like that.
I think I hit it though.
I don't know if you did.
I think he tapped it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. A lot of them don't have the commitment to know that it doesn't happen right away. So I think it's the mindset thing. We need to teach the entrepreneur mindset is we're going to keep working when it's not working.
Yeah.
So that's what I would say.
Let's be a little bit more specific. So you originally were going to say like their website.
Yeah.
What about the website do you notice right away that says, you know what, this person isn't set up to be successful?
I won't even say they're not set up. They're just not coached right to be successful. They're not told the right things. So, for example, I didn't even know. I was on WordPress. What are you doing? Why are you there? But I didn't know any better. So I won't even say it's a lack of, they're just not serious. They just don't know, and there's no one to tell them that is the improper step.
Right. And I guess that's when it comes into you had the mindset. Like all the other stuff was wrong.
Yeah.
But you had the mindset.
I had the mindset of sticking it out. Like I'm walking over my own flyers. I'm not picking them back up because they're dirty. But the mindset is, I remember a young lady. She came to me. I gave her flyers. She looked at it like, I already buy hair from someone. And I was like, she's going to become my client. And why did she become my client? Literally that same year. And I never forgot her face. Because it was kind of hurtful to see somebody toot their nose at your stuff.
Yeah.
They're like, no. She became my client, and she became a consistent client at that. So like that mindset of knowing, like, if you don't rock with me right now, that's okay, because I know you're going to rock with me because I'm going to make some noise, and you'll be coming and you'll be paying me.
For sure.
I'm not discounting it.
And what makes you such an awesome coach?
I have experience. I think more than that, I operate in excellence. I'm a person that has integrity. I put my own stuff, what I'm telling you I'm doing, and I show my receipts. I used to want to shy away from showing income. I used to want to shy away from showing success. But I realized there's so many people telling themselves that they're this and they're not. But they have so much confidence that people buy into it. And I was like, Bianca, why can't you show up with that same level of confidence and also show the level of success that you've done? So that makes me different, is because I have the receipts, I operate in integrity, and I'm going to operate in excellence. What I do and what I tell you, it happens and it works.
I want to do some fire coaching real quick, okay? Fire coaching.
Let's see, what is the question?
I am a 23-year-old woman. I'm selling lip gloss. Hold on, we gonna get them?
No.
Okay, I'm a 23-year-old woman. I'm selling lip gloss. Okay, I am selling 20 lip glosses a week right now. So I'm getting some traction, but I need to take it to the next level. Coach me.
You need to take it to the next level. So where are you trying to go?
I wanna make $100,000 a year.
What are you making right now within this week?
So I make 20 a week. I sell them for $10. How much is lip gloss? $10?
Like, it depends.
$5. $5. All right. So I'm making $100 a week. Okay. And I want to make $100,000 a year.
Okay. Well, we'll have to scale back on the $100,000 a year. And
why? I'm gonna be at 6 figures.
If you make $100 a week, you're gonna make $400 a month if you keep that same progression. So how like that? We gotta let's make our first 1,000.
So take them to that next level.
Oh yeah, I'll take it. Like,
to,
I want to do something that is reachable, because once we have that confidence, like, oh snap, this is actually working, right, we can go to the next level. So if you're making $100, now let's make our first 1,000, and then okay, let's go ahead and make our first 5,000. All right, now we made 5K. Let's go ahead and make our 10K. So you just kind of have to work in steps so that you stay encouraged and motivated to keep going. Because for $100 to 100K, you're gonna quit. I give you 2-3 months, you're out.
So are you working with aspiring beauty industry professionals who have no skill whatsoever in the industry, no experience, or do you want them to come with some level of experience?
I just want them to come with a product that absolutely you already know is going to sell because you've sold it before. So you don't necessarily have to have a ton of like revenue and money coming in, but you know it's a product that people actually love, because I can't make people love something that is not lovable. Like, it doesn't work. It doesn't give any type of result. So all I ask is that it's something that you've sold before that worked.
Okay. What advice would you give someone who says, you know what, I have a love for makeup, I love hair, I love lashes, I love microblading, I just love the beauty industry, I'm a princess and I just want to do something in this industry.
Don't forget the I'm gifted in all of them.
I'm gifted and I can do, listen, I can do all of them, right? Because there are people who, you know, I'm a general business coach. And so I turn away clients now who are in the beauty industry because it was one of the harder things for me to help someone do, because what I've learned in the beauty industry, I did have a client this year, and I had a client this year who we ended up parting ways because she felt like she had she had maybe 100 followers on her personal Instagram. Sure. She had a brand new business page that, you know, didn't really have any followers either, or maybe it was 100 followers on her business, but I think she had like 600 or 800 on her personal page. And she was selling hair, extensions, frontals, wanting to do wigs. And I would tell her, hey, listen, you know, if you don't have the budget to invest in marketing, then we're really going to have to go hard in organic outreach, right? And let's start, you know, you're not posting anything on social media. Nobody knows that you own this business. And she was really struggling with being comfortable promoting her business on her personal page. So then she just would, you know, I'd say, you got to post. You have to post or don't show up to the next session, because I can't help you if we're not marketing to anybody and we don't have an ad budget, right? And she'd come back and she'd have her post on her page with 100 people. And I'm like, it doesn't make sense to do that. You have 800 people here, 100 people there, but you won't maximize and juice this page for what you can get from it, because people were trickling in orders. And, you know, we just had a conversation one day and she's like, listen, you're going to force me to post about this hair. And I don't want to do that. I'm not comfortable doing that. And I'm like, what do you think is going to happen here? Like, how do you think we're going to sell hair? Right. What would you say to someone? What advice would you have given her that maybe I might have missed the mark on?
You didn't miss the mark. I want to understand why are you running from that page? Why you have 800, like pretty much the roadmap. What do you want to achieve right here? So we're talking, you booked this call, you booked this time with me because you want to get somewhere. You need some level of support. If she says she wants to get X amount of dollars, how do you think you're going to get there on a page that has 100 followers versus 800?
Right.
What do you think makes the most sense?
Yeah. And I wanted to help her so badly because she came as a referral through one of my elementary childhood friends. Yeah. And when we initially did the consultation, I said, hey, this was a reminder. Like, I already know, Donni, stay in your lane, right? But what happened was she contacted me and we did the call, and I'm like, listen, this is not my industry. However, what I do know is that you're looking for more e-commerce and you need a Shopify site. I have a perfect person for you, and I referred her elsewhere. She called me back and she's like, I'm not really feeling that person's style. I trust you. Can you please help me? And I'm like, okay, I tell you what, we'll give this a go. I'll give you 90 days until we get up and running, and then we'll find you a coach specific to this industry, right? But I could not, getting her to post was like torture. And I'm like, I can't I don't know what to tell you.
She needs a mindset coach.
I was talking to G. Bryant one day, this was years ago, and it stuck with me. He said people on social media, they'd rather look pretty than make money. Like they'd rather their page be, selfies and lifestyle than actually promote their business and make money. Like most people would probably look at you passing out flyers like, nah, I ain't doing that. I'm the boss. I'm the CEO, and I gotta give this certain look. But you like, yo, y'all need this hair, right? So there's a lot of people who I feel like they got to make a decision. Like, are you gonna give up this persona that you're trying to put on, or are you gonna go get this bag?
Yeah.
Are you gonna go build the business? Do you ever struggle with that with your clients?
No, I only attract people that want to make money. That's because my messaging is clear. I tell them I do this, I work hard, I have that expectation. So I don't attract people that aren't serious. And most of them, they kind of, after I talk to them, they'll know. Yeah. So if you ask me what's the price, then you're not for me yet.
Not the client, yeah.
Why? Explain it.
Because I only want people that are seeking value. And when someone shops by price, they are automatically kind of prepping themselves to say no because it's not worth it to them. So I need someone that's saying, I don't care how much the price is. I know you're valuable. I know that you can help me. Look, I might not have the full price right now, but can I put a deposit down? I'd rather someone ask me, do you have like an installment payment plans rather than ask me, how much does this cost? Because you're automatically giving yourself permission to say no because you already have in your head how much you can say yes to. And I don't want that.
What would you say your biggest challenge is?
Showing up on my personal page.
Outside of business or personal, whatever, like something that you struggle with that you're looking to improve on, because people think that coaches are indestructible. Right now, one thing that I'm really going on a journey right now is tapping into my emotion and feelings, because I'm really, really nonchalant and things don't bother me. And people may think it's an act, but really things don't bother me. And my question is, should things bother me? Like, am I not in touch? So, and that's something that I'm really struggling with. I'm actually, shout out to my man Steve Canal. He said, never mind, I can't say it because like I told you first. He said I need a therapist.
I definitely told
but
you
when
that.
He said it made it realer. But that's my so that's my struggle. So you, as whether it's personal, business, what is something that you are looking to overcome now?
Well, personally, I am looking to become more vulnerable. I can say I kind of have that attitude, like really laid back, really chill, just how people describe me. And it can come off as though I just don't care. And also, I don't know, Madi Woodard, he mentioned something about business, and like when people write you either meet them with that same energy or you exceed it.
Yeah.
And I translated that even to my personal life. When when friends reach out to me or family reaches out to me, I don't want to seem so short and like, hey, what's up? What do you need? Like, I want to exceed the energy that they give me so that they feel comfortable to continue communicating with me and wanting me around. So with me, I'm working on vulnerability and also availability. I can't talk. Availability. There we go. Availability. I'm working on being more available and present and not in my phone, because my friends will be like, is she over there working?
What did we just talk about today? And we filmed another episode earlier this morning, and I mentioned the fact that one of my goals this year was really to be intentional about my relationships, right?
Yeah.
Because I have become the friend that is just so focused on reaching goals that I have failed to show up sometimes, or a lot of times, in friendship. I can't do the brunches, I can't take the girls' trips, and all these things because I'd rather be working. But then you realize at some point that you're missing memories and you're missing, out on time. So I decided to be really intentional, but then I had to ask myself, I thought it was good enough to just show up and be there. So I'm at the brunch and I'm checking email and I'm looking at Stripe, notifications that come through and, what they buy, let me see what's going on. And now it's just like, I literally like, what do I do with my phone so that I don't touch it? And I'm like sitting on it and
Yeah.
doing all this. Like,
I can relate to that. But I would be even worse. Like, I would travel with the computer.
Me too.
And everything else would be with me. And I'm over here. It's so funny. I think we have Christmas videos. My homegirls all twerking and dancing around me. And I'm like tapping away at this computer. And they're just like, hee hee ha ha, holiday season. And I'm just like, I got to finish this last
And it
email.
feels so bad because they try not to complain until they just really have had enough.
Yeah. They're like, they'll start taking your stuff. If y'all are tight enough, they will give me that. Give me that. And that's kind of have gotten to the point that that's something I want to work with. I want to work on being more vulnerable, having feelings, being more emotional, and showing I guess that alpha side of when you start running your own business, you have to just have this sort of structure. And now I'm just like, be feminine, be more feminine with your conversations and how you handle things. Very elegant.
I'm sorry. Just in that lane, do you think you're hard to date?
That's what I was about to ask.
Do I think I'm hard to date? No, I don't think I'm hard to date, but I think men, and I might be wrong, gentlemen, but I feel as though they get intimidated and don't know how to approach me because they just, I don't know what they think. They just don't know how to approach me, or they don't know if I'll be interested in a guy like them, or if that makes any sense. Like,
when you're meeting guys, you're a single woman.
I am.
Okay.
Are you accepting DMs right now?
I'm accepting
DMs open? You are accepting DMs?
The DM is open.
The DM is open.
Okay, I like it. I would never be that bold to say the DMs are open. Because
You just like not answer the questions?
No, it's just I rarely respond to like it just makes me so nervous.
Oh, I respond
right?
to every DM.
What's a good approach though?
Business stuff, but before we get there, I want to know, do you lead? So you meet a guy and you're kind of interested,
Sure.
And they say, well, what do you do? Do you lead with the fact that you're a teacher or a multi-million-dollar CEO?
I lead with the teacher. I'm in education. I lead with that. And they're like, oh, really? Okay, that's cool. How long you been teaching? Oh, I've been teaching like 7 years. Oh, yeah, that's nice. So what grade do you teach? I literally keep it there because I just don't want them to come with like, I don't want intimidation to come in. I don't want them to feel like they're not enough, because there was a gentleman many, many years ago that felt intimidated. He didn't even shoot a real shot, but he was just like, I don't know if I can make you happy. And I didn't give him a reason to feel like that. So I don't want a man to feel like he cannot do for me because you do so much for yourself. Like, what can I do?
When I was actively dating, the DM thing, it makes me nervous because it's like, I'm super shy, like in real life, but when I'm on stage, when I'm in this setting, like I'm on, right? But like me in a one-on-one setting. And so when people come into my DMs and you're just like not interested or they've turned you off, it's like, okay, so where do we go from here? Do I have to like hide from this guy online? And and then it's also, when you have people who are approaching you online, like I remember when I would respond and it's just something about the ask. It's something about, can we exchange numbers now? And I'm like, damn. Everything was fine until you asked for my number.
That's funny.
Yeah, I just clam up. I'm so awkward in a one-on-one setting until I'm not. Like, I'm awkward in a one-on-one setting until I'm not. I work well in different, other scenarios, but you never know what to lead with because you, as women who have something going on, you don't want to be, too overly successful or too aggressive or too A-type. So, at one point you find yourself kind of like dumbing it down just a little bit, not really talking about it, but then that just creates problems on the back end. So how are you balancing being CEO and dateable?
Is
it awkward for you too?
And not balancing it? Is it not?
Probably not.
Is this balancing act not working out well?
I don't think I'm doing a good job.
Yeah. But you want love.
Absolutely. That's the reason why I said I'm going into my 10th year, that I want to coach other people, because I think about my children so much that they're not even here. Like, I know I'm going to have a daughter. She's already talked to me. That's so weird, but it is. Yeah. And I'm just so prepared for that next step that I don't want to be so into my business that my family suffers, because family is a value of mine, always has been. And I want a family. Like, I want the marriage unit. I want the family. I'm with it all in. So
what if someone comes in and they're equally successful and they say, listen, Bianca, I want to take care of you. And I'm looking for a woman who is a leader, but I don't want you out there hustling, in business. It's time to let that go.
I'll consider it.
You will. You're at that point.
I'll take. I mean,
is that a conversation, guys? We
like
have.
That's a.
Oh my God, it's happening.
I'll have the conversation because I want to know, what does that mean I'm doing with my time? So where does my time now go? So I'll consider the conversation, and then we'll see if I have to kind of negotiate that on, or be like, okay, let's do it.
I had someone tell me, I want to see you be successful and have your own money, but I don't want you to make more than this, because that means that you're doing too much work and you're not going to be focused on us.
That sounds
controlling. It's controlling.
Well, on the surface, it sounds bad, but
it's passive aggressive.
I think the way he said it is a little insensitive. But I get the notion.
I get the intent behind it, right?
Yeah.
They want you to be available. Like, on one hand, it's a man who says, you know what? You've been working this hard because you have to work this hard. And it just turned out to be something that became uber successful for you. Some of us, though, are extremely passionate and driven. I believe I was born to be an entrepreneur.
I do too.
So it's a little off-putting to hear someone say, I want you to be successful, but let's cap it here. Because I got us on the other end. On one hand, it's a little off-putting, but on the other hand, should I see it as like, oh, that's sweet. Somebody wants to provide.
And he wants, to like spend energy focusing on the relationship. But I want to give maybe some practical steps, okay? What is the best way to like shoot their shot in your DM? Like, what is the right way to do this? I want something practical. Just so, if there's some people out here taking notes.
Yeah.
Successful woman.
What approach do you like in the DM?
I love gentlemen. I'm a sucker for the sweet guys. Not too soft where they are emotional and they're crying all the time. But
give me an example. Give me an
like
example
somebody
of something
a
someone said.
crybaby, like a crybaby man.
No,
like a crybaby.
No.
Oh, okay.
Give me an example of something somebody said and you was like,
it caught your attention, like a DM that you're gonna respond to.
And you already went to his profile. And
if I went to his profile, checked him out, like a hello beautiful, I would respond to that. If I checked your profile out and everything looks good, I'd be like, oh, hey, how are you?
Wait, hello beautiful hits different depending on who it comes from.
Right. It does. It does. That's why I said I have to check the profile first.
Yes,
I have to check the profile first. Let me kind of scroll, and I'm going to go down. I'm going to go down to 2015, 2012. I'm going to go. But hello beautiful is, I'll respond if I think, okay, I'm probably going to say, hey, what's up? How are you?
How soon after the first exchange are you open to like meeting in person?
It's not real soon. It's not soon at all. I need to consistently speak to you
there's
for
gonna
almost.
Be so many hello beautifuls in your DM.
Hello beautiful.
Hey, beautiful.
I want it to be different. Hi stunning.
Oh my gosh. It has to be almost a month of us just communicating. It depends. Like, it depends how I met you. If I met you at a function, like, let's say, okay, David, you had something, you had a friend there, and I was like, oh, he's handsome. Then, I mean, that could probably happen within the same week. We can actually link up and go from there. But if it's just someone I don't know, it's going to probably be about 3 weeks to a month of us communicating and me kind of understanding what you have going on before I meet you in person.
Are you swipeable? Are you on Bumble and
no,
Twitter?
I'm
Tinder?
not.
What's your type? So there's somebody who's like, she is beautiful, and I'm going straight to her DM.
Hey, beautiful.
But like, let's filter
the
noise a little bit. What's your, like, in a perfect world? What does he look like? Ooh.
Okay.
What's his whole type? Like, not just look, but tell me about this guy.
All right. So obviously, I told you he has to be a nice guy. I really want someone that is. If you're not an entrepreneur, that's perfectly fine. But you have to have the entrepreneurial spirit. So
You gotta want more.
You gotta want more.
Millionaire
Goodness,
mindset.
stop being so settled, please.
Yeah.
He does. I don't want him to be settled. Like, we're young, while we can still kick it and make it happen. Let's make it happen. I want someone that is looking to be a team player and contributor to me. If he doesn't, but if he wants me to stop, then okay, we'll talk about it. But I want someone that's like, I see what you're doing. I want to help you grow and enhance it. Or how can I fit into this? And I'm totally willing to bring a man or a male into what I'm doing. Because I honestly was going to ask on Instagram, like, look, I'm thinking of starting something new. I want a male partner. Any men looking to really boom as an entrepreneur, but you're going to have a lady as your partner, a woman. So I didn't do that yet.
What's the business? Or is that a ploy? Is that your ploy?
No.
Is that like a
sounds like the lead magnet.
It sounds like a photographer says, I feel like shooting some models. What we doing?
What we doing
That's what that
tonight?
sounds like.
Yeah.
No, I'm not just, I haven't really put it all together, but I do have some things that I've been thinking about that I think it would work better with a man as my partner
What's
than
the
a
business?
woman.
I might want
not,
in.
David, no, I'm not
She
talking.
just
I
said
might
she
want
hadn't
in.
put it
David,
all
I haven't put it out
together.
there. You gonna have you get the exclusive when it's ready.
Okay. Yeah, but since it's a ploy to find a man, so
Oh my God.
So like David, I decided to go a different way.
Ultimately,
Hey
your
Beautiful.
type is definitely a value add. So
High
So
value
attractive.
man, value add. I want someone that is okay with providing. I feel this is probably totally off topic, but I feel like men and women are stepping over each other's toes to make sure they're not getting pretty much a representative of another person. Men are too busy trying to check for not having a gold digger that they miss out on a quality woman because she might have asked for one thing or two things. Oh, you're only out for money, when really no, she just asked. And before Instagram, asking, men wanted to do more.
Men wanted to do more.
They did, like, oh, you're going to get your nails done here. But now you ask, it's like, oh, you're only after my money, because we've been kind of positioned, and we see that so much of women scamming and men scamming too. Let me keep it both sides.
Sure.
Scamming people. So now we're just all on edge. We don't trust people anymore.
Yeah.
Let me give you the
Ooh, that's
steps to
strong.
success, guys. First off, join her program as a client.
Yeah, for sure.
Take the stuff that she used and actually grow your business.
Hey, beautiful.
That
every
the
morning.
first- absolutely. As a client, hey, beautiful, just want to let you know that I used what you told me and I made it extra da-da-da-da. Foot in the door.
Yeah, for
Foot
sure.
in the door right there. Buy
sure.
the program. Okay, look, man, I know I think we spent half the podcast trying to get you fixed up. But I think this is a good interview.
I think it's fun.
I think you really added value to really the entrepreneur who's, regular job and they have an idea and they want to build something. And you didn't let a job stop you, and then you built something, you still kept the job and you're managing it all. So that is absolutely awesome. So
That's Superwoman.
yeah, I would love for you to kind of tell the people how they can connect with you and be a part of your program.
Sure. So to connect with me, you can follow me on Instagram. The name of my consulting agency is called morethansocial.co. That is the Instagram.
Hold on, and I want to let you know that the first Social Proof conference, Bianca pulled it off, and she's just an amazing. I will say a testimony of her coaching, that she is really on top of everything. When I'm not on top of it, like she's like, yo, David, you need to get these speakers to do their video. And I'm like, but they my friend. She's like, no, you need to get it. And she's really making it happen. So was I like your first client kind of in coaching? I mean, it felt like you were just helping me out and partnering.
Yeah.
But like I
kinda.
felt like I was a client. So that's my authentic testimony. I'm sorry,
love
go
it.
ahead.
Yeah. Thank you. Oh, let me finish. Okay,
Yeah,
so
go
Instagram, morethansocial.co is where you can find me. Once you're on there, you'll be in touch with my email and my website. But I prefer everyone to kind of check out and see the strategy and tips and hacks that I offer free of charge on morethansocial.co. And then, come talk to me on there.
I love it.
You have something big coming up. I believe, at the top of the year.
I do. I am having a live event.
Ooh.
Yes, I am teaching women or men how to build 6-figure hair extension businesses
Very niche. I
from
love
scratch.
Nice.
Scratch.
Is that limited? This is a live event?
This is a live event. It is limited because we are in COVID. So it is going to be limited. I am going to have a virtual option for anyone that wants to join. It's 5 hours. It is here in Atlanta. To learn more, you can go to startyourhaircompany.com.
I love
Start
it.
Your Hair. How did you get that domain?
Girl, it was available. I don't know how.
Startyourhaircompany.com.
I bought startyourhaircompany.com and startyourhairbusiness.com.
Oh, that just gave me. I'm about to pull it, David.
Let me see if I can get a startyoursomething.com real quick.
Yes, startyourwhatever.com. Y'all buy it.
That is funny.
We're over here like really on a break.
I'm gonna start your something
Real quick.
Yes, you should, guys.
Yeah,
It makes so
man.
much sense.
Good. I want to say that I am super duper proud of you.
Oh, thank you.
I really, really am. I remember the days of, and you've been this way since I met you.
Yeah.
Right? Like you didn't become more of something, less of something. You have literally been the same Bianca, same approachable, nice. I'm like, yo, Bianca, can I get a table though? Yes, I got you. Let me see. To now like, yo, Bianca, can you help me with my conference? Yes, I got you. You've been the same person. I really, really admire that.
Oh, thank you.
Good. Well, I want you to get some deep words to close us out, okay? But in the meantime, this podcast is sponsored by The Morning Meetup, the only community that meets every single day from Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. every single morning, Monday through Friday, to help start, grow your business and create a community around other like-minded individuals who are trying to take it to the next level. And I am coaching every single day, Monday through Friday. We have special guests. Donni is definitely a regular in there now. Right, you're a regular now.
As of today.
As of today, this is the second time. She's gonna be in there forever. She's locked in. And my whole network, a lot of the people that have been on the Social Proof podcast have been on the Morning Meetup. You gonna join the Morning Meetup? And
I will.
I need you to teach.
You definitely need to
I need
teach.
you to teach.
Yeah. What about not next week, but the following week after that?
I'll get it scheduled. But we have between like 125 and 150 entrepreneurs from all across the country that call in every single morning.
Yeah.
Oh,
Every
phenomenal.
single morning.
that
It's
is
phenomenal.
so cool.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
we need you in the building.
I'm
Okay.
there.
All right, there it is. Yes, Donni,
Absolutely.
give us some words. Are you thinking of something deep? Think of something deep to close us out with. Go ahead, Donni.
Okay, Donni. Close us out.
So before I do that, you guys, I am coming to you from sixfigureedu.com. So you go to David and you get your inspiration, you get ready and really get ingrained with the mindset of becoming an entrepreneur. I don't help beauty industry, so Bianca will be your source for that, but I help you grow your coaching, consulting, and digital services business. So if you want to put together a membership program, group coaching business, or consulting business, something done for you, done with you, I am your girl. You go to www.sixfigureedu.com. And I want to highlight something major that seems to be a recurring theme over and over again with all of the guests that we bring on. None of us really did it by ourselves, right? Mm-hmm. Many of us had someone who said, let me show you the way, or let me just give you a key. And you mentioned some like major legacy names, like these women that you mentioned, including yourself, will be legacies in this industry, and people will be wanting to model after you, like everybody wanted to model after Dudley's and Optimum, hair care lines and things like that. But the Mings and the Sabrinas and people like that, the overarching theme that I see with a lot of people's success is relationship. Yeah. And you can choose to not have the relationship and still very well become successful, but that's just seemingly a longer path to it. Mm-hmm. Whereas if you create relationships, treat people well, ask good questions, be a value add, it can literally catapult your success in a tremendous way. Yes, for sure.
Yep, sure. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. All right. So, Bianca, thank you so much for coming and just just being here and being present. And I'm sure there's so many people that just like connect with you because you're a real, I don't know how to explain it, but super approachable and you make people feel comfortable. You know what I mean? Unlike Donni, okay? She makes me feel so
oh my God, they're
sometimes.
gonna eat me up just because, listen, his YouTube channel fans, followers, every time he says something like that, I don't know, she's still here? Oh my God, like why is she just treats David so bad. This is he sets me up for it. He likes it. I think you like the ratings.
I do.
Yeah, I think that's what you're going for there, guys. I'm so sweet and nice.
She is not like that, David.
I am such a sweetheart, but whatever. David, I just want you guys to understand that this is our relationship.
I love you, Donni.
This is our relationship, and he just gets a thrill out of throwing me under the bus. But if that were the truth, I wouldn't be sitting here.
Right.
Absolutely. Okay, close us out. Y'all know I love Donni, right? Okay.
Whatever, it's too late.
Yeah, but you know what? Here's the thing. So, all right, so I see two different coaching styles here, right? Okay. So, yes, Donni has like told me some things that hurt my feelings that I needed to know. That not even in like if she doesn't like something that I'm doing, she's gonna tell me. Not like, hey, you know what? Maybe you should change that up. She's like, no, what are you talking about? No, we're not doing that. And like sometimes we get to a point where I've built some stuff, and people offer me their suggestions in I hope David is going to be okay with my suggestion. But Donni really gets in me like, yo, this is what you need to do. I mean, I told her, it was like some kind of funnel thing we were doing that I was putting together. She said, no, that's not good. Don't do it that way, right? It wasn't a suggestion. It's like, yo, this is what I believe. And then I implemented it and it worked. And I feel like your coaching style is, like because you teach kids, right? Let's break it down into in a way that's more comfortable for you. And I think it's like effective both ways. So when I say Donni makes me uncomfortable, it's true, but to the point where it pulls me out of my comfort zone. Yeah. Right? So, and sometimes I need somebody like a Bianca to like keep me in my comfort zone and build me up and let me find the right answer. So I just employ everybody to get a coach and find somebody that you need in the moment. You need in the moment, right? There might be somebody that's they're just getting started and they're gonna come to you and say, yo, I need help with this. And we're gonna have to pull that successful person out of them. Yeah. So that's why I employ everybody. Like book a session. Do you have discovery calls?
I do.
Just pull a discovery call. See if you connect and align with that coach. Yeah. And so that's my advice. So please close this out, Bianca, with some encouraging words. There's somebody that's sitting there that wants to be the successful entrepreneur, and they don't know quite what to do now that the video's over.
They don't know. Yeah. I would say definitely let's work on a plan on what you want your next 30 or 60 or 90 days to look like. You don't need to hop into the business right away, but I'll tell you, sustainability comes when you have a plan on what you want to sell or offer or provide. And then how are you going to do it on social media? Are you going to do a website? What is your messaging? How are you going to say, what are you going to say to get people to be on board with you? And I would also say, if you struggle with finding inspiration on how to start, one of the things that I would encourage you is to look at brands that you automatically look up to that are in your industry, see what they're doing, see what they're saying, and see in what ways can you model that same behavior. So that's one of the things I say, just take it piece by piece. I think big picture, but I understand that not everyone does. Right. Some people just need to see, can I just get 30 days first because this is my first time. So now at this point where we are in November, what is our December going to look like? So January 1, we're hitting the ground running with our business. So I would say January 1 is when you launch, but December should be all about planning and putting things in order, getting all the materials that you need, hitting them sales that people are going to hit you with, because Christmas, the discounts are going to come on the supplies that you need, and then start off January 1.
I love it. You are incredibly sweet. You're incredibly sweet, and it's so important that we expose more women of your stature, because I love what the guys are doing. Like, you guys in your circle just have like this brotherhood. You guys talk business, you mastermind, you go and play basketball together, release some steam. And that's just not really seen so much with females, and especially in the coaching business. And I don't know why, because we can absolutely work together and get along. It's just such a myth that we cannot. But we need more women who are open-armed and the nice girl crew, right? And just saying whether it's a strong personality or a softer personality, just people showing other women that you don't have to step over the other one. You don't have to view someone as like your competition in a malicious way.
Right.
It's okay to view healthy competition, learning what it means to stay in your lane and not having that fear of missing out. I appreciate what you stand for, and how humble you are, really. And that's a tricky word to use, but how humble you are really in what you represent offline. Offline. So I think that's dope. Thank you so much.
Of course. Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you for agreeing when I booked you for this interview today. And, David didn't really have much to do with that. But thank you, David, for being here today.
Oh, thanks for inviting me.
Thank you for showing up. I really did invite you. I had to send him a whole calendar invite.
That's a whole fact. See? We're a perfect pair. We
are a perfect pair. And guys, we got some big things that are coming and some transitions that are happening that we won't speak on just yet. With the podcast. And we are looking, what we will say though, is that we are looking to take this on the road very soon. So if you've got some dope people in your city or state that you think we need to have sitting in this middle seat, let us know.
There it is. Look, I will see you guys at the top of the mountain, okay? Go build something big and be social proof. We're out of here. Peace.